All right, we have been looking forward to this interview since we kicked off the show today. Have you ever noticed, certainly noticed recently, right, that your employer is holding more meetings, maybe more meetings with you, maybe more meetings with your whole team, maybe just meetings with just the managers? All those meetings plus 500 more for better or worse, right? Corporate America is having way more meetings these days. So according to job search website Zippia, American workers spend an average of 31 hours a month in meetings they consider unproductive. That's basically 7 unproductive meeting hours every 5-day work week. Listen, good intentions perhaps, but a lot of time that is likely being wasted. So let's talk about it with our friend, psychologist and executive coach, Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin. Hey, Dr. Lisa, how are you?
Oh, hi, Colton. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So let's dive into this. How many meetings in a day or a week is too many?
So Harvard Business Review did a study, and they showed that if you reduce meetings by 40%, you get 35% increase in productivity. They found the sweet spot at about 60% reduction in meetings helps to kind of increase productivity and affect some of the variables that are negative for employees who attend meetings. So basically, you're trying to have meetings that are useful, productive, but give people time enough time to do their IC work, their individual contributor work during the day, during their work day.
It's interesting because when I was reading some articles yesterday about this, and I sort of I've been pro-pandemic in the idea of it's sped up technology for a lot of us across the country, across the world. And that kind of has a downfall in some way, right? So our employers involved in more meetings than ever before because of the pandemic and Zoom and Microsoft Teams and all the other, ways that we are communicating now.
Yeah, I've seen studies that show an increase between 15% and 153% in the number of meetings that people are having regularly. And so what has been shown is that the fact that we don't have to travel to meetings, like we don't even have to go up 10 flights of stairs or go to another office or another state, and we can do back-to-back meetings, has increased the number of meetings, as well as the fact that we don't casually run across people in the hallway anymore and have an important discussion that we now have to make into a meeting. So there are a lot of reasons now why we're doing back-to-back meetings and having more what would be informal discussions over meetings.
It's interesting because I literally last week had a Zoom meeting and then a meeting in person here, like back to back. It's crazy how quickly your calendar can book up with meetings that are a lot about nothing. Now, we do know that a lot of good can come from meetings, people getting on the same page, feeling included, but not all meetings are like that, right? Talk about the downsides of meetings.
Yeah, studies have showed that a lot of meetings can affect the way people communicate, can affect cooperation, can affect how satisfied people are at work or how much work stress they're experiencing, and also obviously can affect productivity. So there are a lot of really negative experiences around having too many meetings and people being kind of over scheduled with meetings.
Okay, let's hypothetically say that maybe there's a manager who's watching right now. How do you figure out, if you're a manager, whether your update belongs in an email or in a meeting?
Yeah, so I think it's important to recognize that meetings should only be occurring if they're absolutely necessary. And so that's for big decisions that require all the stakeholders to be gathered around. If you're doing collaboration or feedback work, if you're looking for team building opportunities, or if you want an open space for a larger discussion something's happening systemically or organizationally in the environment. But I think it's really important to recognize weekly updates don't need to be kind of in a meeting. You can do that over email or Slack. You can also really think about how you monitor progress with technology instead of having people kind of report in progress. It's so important to understand the role of everyone in that meeting and to make sure that everyone in that meeting understands why they are there and how they're contributing. It's a really critical thing to rethink, like every meeting that's on your calendar, and why is it there and what is it doing?
I think that could apply to all aspects of your life. Continue to ask yourself, why are you here and what are we doing? Dr. Lisa, we love you jumping on the show as always. And for everyone at home, you can watch her every Tuesday right here on Current, and be sure to follow her on Instagram as well. She's a great follow at Orbe-Austin. Dr. Lisa, thank you as always.
Thank you, Colton.